good morning. Are you up? Good morning. Are you awake? Happy Saturday. Early out on this one. A early bird eat the fattest worm. So I'm out and early with the content because I got a push early this morning. I got to run. So I decided to come on to give you the content because I don't think I could give you guys a content for the rest of the day. So I decided to give you guys one. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for inviting me in your home. Thank you for always watching the content. I really appreciate you guys. It's Saturday already. Remember what I said. Hold on, hang in there. It's almost the ending of the week, and sooner or later it will be the weekend, like right now. Weekend, yay! We finally got there, guys. It's Saturday. Here we are. Happy Saturday, early in the morning. Okay, guys. Now, this story is a bizarre story, strange story, but we're not surprised. Sad story, but we're not surprised. Out of all of this, I'm not sure if this man is going to sue because he's part of the Windrush generation. But let's get into the story. I'm going to read from the best of my ability, so please listen. The Home Office agreed to fly home a member of the Windrush generation who lived in UK for 47 years before being wrongly deported and forced to live on the street of Jamaica in a horrific conditions for more than a decade. In a highly unusual move, after protracted legal action, Home Office officials have accepted that Winston Knight, 64, is a member of the Windrush generation and have agreed to revoke his deportation order. Speaking to Guardian from Kingston, Jamaica, Knight said he was delighted to finally be on his way back to the UK after more than a decade after enduring horrific conditions on the streets. I am doing much better now. I have won my case. I will be returning to the UK, but I'm coming from hell. I've been living in a war zone, Kingston, and I have some very tough days. It's likely to be back in the UK in the coming weeks, possibly before Windrush Day on June 22nd, which celebrate the contribution of Caribbean migrants and their family have made to the UK. It marks the date in 1948 the HMT Empire Windrush docked in Tilbury, Essex, E6, bringing hundreds of passengers from the Caribbean to the UK. Knight was deported from the UK in 2013 after he was convicted of stealing a piece of jewelry during 2011 riots in what his lawyer described as a opportunistic mistake. He arrived in 1966, age 6, brought to the UK people unrelated to him. He experienced a difficult childhood living in South London, was not allowed to attend school, and later worked on a construction sites. The lack of school and employment record made it difficult for him to prove he had been ordinarily resident in the UK in 1973. Lots of people in the UK not working. Like all citizens of the UK and colonials, a statute granted before 1983, he was granted indefinite leave to remain, but his lawyers had to carry out painstaking work to track down witnesses who remember him from his childhood and would corroborate his account of time he arrived in the UK. Oh my God, the lawyer did a good work. When he was unlawfully deported in 2013, he couldn't be unlawfully because he's told that once you're still in the UK, you're going to go home. When he was unlawfully deported in 2013, the Windrush scandal revealed by The Guardian had not yet emerged. Knight said that he was so desperate when he was detained in Harmon Worth Immigration Removal Center near Heathrow, and about the prospect of being forcibly returned to the country he knew little of, that he repeatedly attempted suicide there. But his deportation went ahead. Ahead despite his fragile mental state, and he found himself homeless on the streets of Kingston where he has been caught in the crossfire of gang warfare. The violence he witnessed had left him deeply traumatized, he said. The Guardian reported on his case in 2018 and interviewed him in Kingston. At that time, he asked for his real name not to be used and not to instead be referred to as David Jameson. He brought a judicial review arguing that he was exempt from deportation, and just hours before the final hearing on Friday, May the 15th, the Home Secretary Yvette Cooper conceded that Knight was a member of the Windrush generation. Nina Camp, a consultant solitary of Duncan Lewis Solitaires, who represented Knight, said Mr. Knight had suffered imaginable harm, being homeless and an extremely volatile environment over a decade with no support. The physically and the psychological toll is profound and will take years to repair. The Home Secretary has still offered him no apology from the historic wrong or department inflicted. He's going to sue, I am sure. She added, this case ranks among the gravest Windrush injustices we have seen, not only because he was excluded for 12 years, but because the Home Secretary clung to an indefensible position until their very last moment, needless prolonging and compounding his suffering. Knight has been put in a hotel before being returned to the UK. For the first time since I was deported here, I'm sleeping in a bed, he said. I'm a witness. So many murders, oh no, and stabbings. Saw so many people being beaten. I survived by eating vegetables from the market, bread and bananas. I received a lot of abuse in Jamaica, being called English and deportee. He said that among the things he really missed about England were his days playing football on Sunday league with friends in New Cross Gate, South London. I would love to do that again and get back to work doing painting and decorating, he said. I'm a working kind of guy. I have a lot of ups and downs here, mostly downs, but now I'm coming back to England. I feel great. Thank God I survived. I was calling out for years, but nobody listened to me. A Home Office spokesperson said following the settlement of a legal proceeding, an application to Windrush scheme is now under consideration. Okay? Thank you. So I need to see counsel. All right? So all of that, people, and one notion. Okay? So this man basically stole a necklace, got deported, but he was protected because he's one part of the Windrush family. So he wasn't supposed to be deported in the first place. Okay, guys? He spent 47 years in the UK. All right? He's 64 years right now. They couldn't find really anything about working or anything like that of that sort because it seems like this man wasn't really utilizing his social insurance number in the UK. All right? And all of that. So the Windrush situation is coming up. Windrush Day is coming up on June 22nd, which is going to be celebrated in the UK. And because he's a part of the Windrush situation, now he's back to UK after 47 years in the UK, right? Wrongly deported, which is not wrongly because they said that he stole a jewelry and then they throw him out of the England. But you know, there's so much people in England that steal and get in trouble all the time with immigration and still there. But right now, this man is saying he is a witness to lots of murders. Okay? He's a witness to lots of murders and stabbing and all of those things in the street of Jamaica. Okay? So he better hurry up and go to UK since he's a witness of all of those things. Right? Excuse me. And all of that, right? Remember, he was deported. One second. So remember, he was deported to Jamaica 12 years now. Imagine you steal a necklace from the UK and you end up getting deported to Jamaica. For 12 years, you've been living in the street in Jamaica, on the street like a dog. And then now you fought your case and they realize that you're the Windrush, you're part of the Windrush family. So now the UK has to revoke that deportation and say, okay, black man, you got to come back to the UK. So he's in a hotel right now. In about a couple of days, he will be back on the flight to UK. I am sure he's going to sue because if you deport this man out of the country, which he was protected underneath the Windrush situation, then possibly he's going to sue for pain and suffering because right now he's saying basically you guys deported him wrongfully, although he did steal the necklace. And not only that, you guys admit that you guys going to revoke his citizenship and bring him back to UK. So therefore, there's a grounds of pain and suffering, civil lawsuit under government immigration, the way I see it. So it's a good luck for this man. At least he stayed in Jamaica and fought for his life, fought for his freedom, and fought for order of revolt by the Home Office of decade living on the street in Kingston. So imagine that you're in Jamaica living on the street. You know you belong to the UK, but UK basically deported you. And then after now, you fought back to go back to the UK because you were wrongfully deported, which, like I said, he stole a necklace and he was deported. But remember, this man went to the UK. They claim say he never went to school. He wasn't allowed to go to school, nothing of that sort. Really don't have any background of education, but he's in the construction. He paints and everything like that. Mr. Winston Knight at this point in time is 64 years old and he was deported to Jamaica. He was living in UK for 47 years. Got deported to Jamaica over a little bit of 12 years now. He's 64. He's part of the Windrush family. So UK right now has to take him back to UK. So if you never know the story, now you know. If you never heard about the story, now you know, guys. Okay? So that's the story that I had to come and shed light on to say, hey, people, UK agrees to fly home wrongly deported Windrush generation man from Jamaica. Then you guys already know the Windrush situation that are happening in the UK. The Windrush situation where lots of Windrush family haven't been getting, hasn't yet gotten any money from the UK. Not only that, in the UK, they haven't apologized to Winston because I guess they don't care to know, say, okay, well, we deported you. But at the end of the day, when you really think about it, he did steal a necklace and that's why he was deported, they claim. Okay, so we want to get a little bit into the Windrush situation in the UK. As you guys know, the Windrush is going to be celebrating sometime in the 22nd. The 22nd of this month. Okay. So we want to get to some part of the Windrush situation where they accuse the government of being racism and all of that. Okay, so let's get to the survivor of the Windrush situation. All right, let's get into it.
There was a war on, and I came to fight in the war.
Alfred Gardner was just a teenager when he came to Britain for the first time in 1944 to do his bit for the war effort as an RAF ground engineer. When the war ended, he went back to Jamaica, but he was to return to Britain 4 years later, a young man looking to build a new life.
One of my sisters in high school, she heard about a ship coming. They didn't even know the name.
Arrivals at Tilbury. The Empire Windrush brings to Britain 500 Jamaicans. Many are ex-servicemen who know England.
A ticket bought for a ship he didn't even know the name of, but which came to define a generation.
The ship went to Trinidad and Barbados before it came to Jamaica. And we're all coming back. Oh, it was good.
And what did you do for nearly 2 weeks?
Gamble.
In Jamaica, they couldn't find work. Discouraged but full of hope, they sailed for Britain.
Tell me why you decided to take the place on the Empire Windrush.
Work. There was a lot of work to be done. And in Jamaica, there was none. So if I could get back here, and I came back.
When you arrived, what was it like?
Cold. Still cold.
You came in search of work. How easy was it to find a job at the beginning?
I couldn't find a job for about 3 weeks. But I mean, I did get a job. And, you know, it was awkward at times, you know, everywhere you went. Sorry, son, there's nothing. I went to the labor office and a man in there just said, what job are you looking for, son? I'm a motor mechanic, and he just said to me, can you ship an engine? I said, that's the least of my worries. See, this is the easiest part. The main thing is to get it back together. Then, you know, we have a problem. And we had a laugh over it, you know. And he said, come with me. And he took me to the other factory.
Where did you find somewhere to live?
Oh, no, that was a problem. People who were new when I came say, oh, sorry, you're not in the RAF anymore. And what will the neighbors think, you know?
Because you were black?
Oh, yeah. But we did find a place.
Did you find that people treated you very differently when you'd been a serviceman to actually coming to England, looking to live and work here?
Yes, everybody say, you shouldn't come back. Shouldn't have come back. Yeah. Well, the thing is, things were a lot different from they are today. I could consciously go into a place and know I wasn't welcome. But I didn't make it bother me.
And was that a very conscious decision that you made about how you would deal with what undoubtedly was racism?
Oh yeah. I met some beautiful people and I met some ignorant people. I ignore who to be ignored.
So you see how much racism the older folks from Jamaica had to go to England to work to make some of you able-bodied just go and sit down there and collect a check. You see how disgraceful these people had to suffer for you now to go and sit down in council housing. See what they had to go through. See what the Windrush family had to go through. So we always know the older generation always work hard. And we know nowadays days when it comes to the younger generation of the black culture, they don't want to work. They're able and lazy. So at the end of the day, people, if you never know about the UK scandal and the racism, then that's why that man is in Jamaica at this point in time. Steal a little necklace, end up in Jamaica, deported wrongfully, because you know you cannot really deport a Windrush person. Okay? So now he's back in the UK. He's going to be back in the UK in a couple of days after being homeless on the street for 12 years in Jamaica. Witness to murders and stabbing and on beatings, as so-called he claimed. So is he going to tell the police about all these murders? Or he just going to go back to the UK and live his life of playing ball, playing football, and painting and all of those things? So if you didn't know about most of these things, people, let's listen to the legacy and the survivor of Windrush and the racism that they had to go through for you now to be in England jumping up and down. Let's continue.
And enjoy the time with who to enjoy my time with. I settled down, then I did get a job, worked hard, found me a beautiful bird, got married, raised a beautiful family.
Citizens of the British Empire coming to the mother country with good intent. Prodded by public opinion, the Colonial Office gives them a more cordial reception than was at first envisaged.
Obviously, a few years ago, what's now known as the Windrush scandal.
Yeah.
What did you feel as that unfolded?
Shouldn't have happened.
Listen.
But it's life. These things happen.
Excuse me.
It's history. It's part of history. Yeah, it's part of history.
Is it important that this is put right for those people?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's only one thing the only thing can put it right: money. If they get the right compensation, and it's about the only thing that they can do.
As we approach Windrush's 75th anniversary,
see it's coming up. So we're not going to drag it out. So how can the UK solve the Windrush controversy? Let's get to that part and try to wrap up this live because I got to run, guys. Early in the morning, I got to run, okay?
They moved to Britain more than half a century ago, but now some members of the so-called Windrush generation are facing possible deportation. But why? With the government apologising and promising an investigation, will that be enough? This is Inside Story.
emphasising its friendship with former colonies as it prepares to leave the EU. Ministers told Parliament they're trying to repair the damage with a special team to help the Windrush generation, a promise to resolve their cases quickly, free of charge, although the government isn't sure whether some people have already been deported in error.
Yep, they did.
Can she tell the House how many have been detained
and
as
deported.
prisoners in their own country? Can she tell the House how many have been denied health under the National Health Service? How many have denied pensions? How many have lost their job? This is a day of national...
Hear the black man in Parliament a kick us. How many black folks from the Windrush lost their job? How many is on the streets suffering? How many got deported? It's not only this man. When you're protected underneath the Windrush situation, you're not supposed to be deported from the UK. You're not supposed to be denied any funds. You're not supposed to deny any housing. You're not supposed to deny any job. You are a history almost like the native Indian people in the UK. So you hear this black man is standing and fighting in the parliament for you black people? So when you're in the UK, please find a job. When you're in the UK, please do something constructive, because the Windrush family came over there, made it easy for you guys. Struggle, racism. Build up that country for you guys now to sit down and say, hey, I'm here and I'm not doing anything in the UK. Okay? If you didn't know the history. So let's continue. Quick and fast.
Shame.
Mr. Speaker, I share the Honourable Gentleman's admiration for the people who came here from the Caribbean and contributed so much to our society in many, many different ways, and that admiration remains in place. I am concerned that the Home Office has become too concerned with policy and strategy and sometimes lose sight of the individual.
But who was in charge of the Home Office when these new, stricter policies were being designed? Yes, today's Prime Minister, Theresa May.
Theresa May,
so,
you know who
as the
she
public
is.
Outcry grows, there's now a political as well as moral imperative to treat the Windrush generation fairly. Barnaby Phillips, Al Jazeera, London.
Well, the British Prime Minister Theresa May, who we saw in Barnaby's package there today, apologised to several Caribbean leaders over this Windrush controversy.
So it's been long waiting, long overdue with the Windrush scandal and the disgrace and the wickedness that they come about, and all of that to deal with these kind of people. So when you see that black man right now got deported, Winston, that got deported to Jamaica, living on the street of Jamaica, got deported and living on the street of Jamaica, then you can't be shocked. And Winston was very, very smart that he fought his way back to the UK. Could you imagine? Fought his way all the way back to the UK. So I had to come and shed that light that this man going back to the UK, Mr. Winston Knight, after deported to Jamaica, 12 years now, UK agrees to fly home wrongly deported Windrush generation man from Jamaica. He stole a necklace and they put him on the plane just for a necklace, while other people in UK stealing tons of shit. And still in UK, out here every day, right and bright. So you see, where is luck for someone, there's no luck for others. Not only that, in the UK, they changed the law that you cannot come every minute to talk about family, 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 family. Most of yous are not going to, when it's time for you guys to be deported, you guys are not going to be using a humanitarian law about family, 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 and then you're going to stay. All of those laws and rules and regulations are going to be changed in England. So I had to come and shout. Running on with the content, guys. Happy Saturday. Saturday, weekend already, guys. Imagine that we were just at Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Remember, we're just like here last week, Saturday, sitting down doing a bunch of content. Now we're here Saturday morning again. Time waits for no one. Let's continue and run on with the content, okay? So let's get into some more stuff, please and thanks. Okay, guys. All right. Okay, guys. All right. Okay, guys. All right. Okay, guys. Oh no, oh no, let's talk about it. Oh no, let's talk about it. Let's go Jamaica for a second. Murder suspect escape. Okay? There was some kind of escape in Jamaica the other day with some prisoners. They caught them. Now look at this, people. All the way in New Orleans. Murder suspect escaped from New Orleans jail after breaching wall behind toilet, sheriff says. Sheriff says, look at the toilet, people. Look how they breach right there behind the toilet and escape. Okay? So these people are escaping from one end to the next. Like I said the other day, in Jamaica, some people did escape and they caught them. So let's see in New Orleans if they have all the tricks and trade to chase down these people. They disappeared and they're wondering where they are. Okay? Simple as that. Let's get into some more stuff. 1 second. See there? 10 inmates escape a New Orleans jail after breaching a wall behind a toilet and may have had help. The local sheriff said Friday, so far only one of the men has been found. Oh no. We have indication that these detainees receive assistance in their escape for individual inside of their department or inside of our department, to be honest. All right. Orleans Parish Sheriff Susan Hudson says at a news conference Friday afternoon after breaching the wall at the Orleans Justice Center. In New Orleans, the inmates left through a door used to bring in supplies. Around 1 a.m., scale a wall and run across the interstate, Hudson said. The words "too easy, laugh out loud" can be seen written on the wall above the hole, with an arrow pointing towards it, according to the phone shared by the sheriff's office, right there. See it there? Too easy. Could you imagine, folks? Could you imagine? 1 second. All right, so I had to come and shout out that. Let's move on. We also want to talk about this situation here. So as you guys know, that Chris Brown is locked up. Chris Brown got into a scuffle in the UK club after he shouted, "Free Tory." Him and a man got into a scuffle, hit a man with a bottle allegedly, left the UK, came back to the UK. He's detained, okay? And right now, Chris Brown, guys, right here, is not getting any bail. No bail for Chris Brown. No bail. And we could easily get into that. Chris Brown is held on to in the UK. Okay? No bail for Chris Brown. His bail was denied swiftly and quickly. Okay? And he's not getting no bail because this is not the first time Chris Brown don't keep his hand to himself. So no bail for Chris Brown, guys. No bail. Okay? No bail for the culprit. No bail. No bail for the man who's always beating off people. No bail. So the bail has denied. Let's get into this one. Remanded in jail and not coming out. So the bail has denied. Okay?
The American R&B singer Chris Brown has appeared in court today, charged with grievous bodily harm with intent in connection with an alleged assault at a nightclub in London 2 years ago. Our reporter Alison Freeman is at Manchester Magistrates Court. Alison, what more can you tell us about this case?
Well, Ben, as you can imagine, there has been quite a lot of media interest in the appearance of this very high-profile R&B star here at Manchester Magistrates Court this morning. The press benches were full and an overflow room had to be set up within the court for reporters and for fans. When Chris Brown appeared in the dock just after 12:15, he was wearing a black T-shirt and black tracksuit bottoms, and he spoke only to confirm his name, date of birth and address during the hearing, which lasted about 40 minutes. minutes. Now, Mr. Brown, who is 36, is charged with causing grievous bodily harm with intent at a nightclub in London in February 2023. It's understood that he arrived by private jet to Manchester Airport on Wednesday. He was then arrested early yesterday morning. He is currently...
You know why he went? You know what?
Singer Chris Brown has appeared in court.
You know why he?
Flow room had to be set up within the court for...
You know why he went on a private jet? Because he knows that the police team were looking for him. So let me go on a private jet and I'm not going to get no check. Yeah, okay, Chris Brown. All right, Chris Brown. You look like you're wrong and strong. Who the hell beat someone in the UK and then go back to the UK not knowing that you're going to be locked up somehow? Anyway, let's continue.
Reporters and for fans. When Chris Brown appeared in the dock just after 12:15, he was wearing a black t-shirt and black tracksuit bottoms, and he spoke only to confirm his name, date of birth and address during the hearing, which lasted about 40 minutes. Now, Mr. Brown, who is 36, is charged with causing grievous bodily harm with intent at a nightclub in London in February 2023. It's understood that he arrived by private jet to Manchester Airport on Wednesday. He was then arrested early yesterday morning. He is currently on tour and is scheduled to play several dates across the UK over the next couple of months. 3 of those here in Manchester next month. The singer did not enter a plea today, and he was remanded in custody until his next appearance at Southwark Crown Court.
Oh no. Remanded in custody after you're on tour. Boop, boop, boop. Donkey of the day. Keep your hands to yourself. That's what it is. Anyways, running from there, since we're talking about R&B, and since we're talking about everything, let's drop Justin Bieber right here. Pop star Justin Bieber has broken his silence amid speculation on social media that he was a victim of Sean Diddy. Diddy is currently on trial in New York on federal charges of sex trafficking. Da-da-dee, da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. Not only that, Justin Bieber had to basically sell his album. Let's see if we could find that part. Had to sell his album. Okay, let's get into that. So Justin Bieber also had to sell his album because boy is broke. Remember that tour that he was supposed to have and never had the tour and had to return all that money? So let's get into this one. I gotta take off this. 1 second, show you guys on my iPad. All right. So right here, guys, Justin Bieber sold his music catalog for 200 million, because he had lots of problem and he had lost his entire fortune, guys. Imagine you're this pop star, Justin Bieber, going on with yourself, doing your thing, and right here you end up at to sell your catalog. Oh no. 200 million is a lot of money now, but wait till you have to pay all of those bills. It won't be a lot of money. Okay, so we had to come and shout and put that in the mix quite so. Running on with the content, not staying long with you guys. Running on. Now, let's get to, since Justin Bieber and Puff Daddy and Justin Bieber, Puff Daddy and Justin Bieber was hand to hand, then we have to bring in this one right after. So remember, I don't know if you guys knew that Cassie got money for the tape that was beaten in the hotel, that she was beat up in the hotel. Girl got 10 million for that tape. Girl got 10 million for that tape and 30 million from Diddy after that. So girl basically got paid after lawyer fee and stuff, maybe sitting down on a good whopping 25 million. So girl did get paid. So you've been with a man from 19, take all of these drugs willingly. When he beat you up, you claim that you end up going to your own place. Your friend called the police. You never told the police his name because you wasn't ready yet. So how come Cassie come out and say that most of the time she's not allowed to leave anywhere and go anywhere? That day when they beat her, she went home. So the way I see it, yes, she was young. Yes, this man coerced her into many things, but you know exactly what she was doing and she's not innocent. Okay? She claimed that she disposed these people like disposable. She know exactly what she was doing. All right? Exactly what she was doing. And her parents, you just go and hand over your daughter to this big man, although she's 19? Why us parents feel like, say, because our kids are 19, 20, 21, we shouldn't say anything. They could go off with any big woman or any big man and it's okay. You understand? So right now we get to understand she got 10 million from the hotel. And when they bring the real tape of the hotel, you saw the security guard in the tape and all of that. So therefore the reason why the hotel paid her is because somebody in the hotel was paid to hold on that tape. And like I told you guys cannot charge one person for RICO charge. RICO charge is an organization. RICO charge is a gang of people. I came and explained the history of RICO already and the RICO Act already to you guys a couple days ago. Not only that, Puff Daddy or Puff Diddy is not on trial for domestic abuse or assault. He's on trial for trafficking, racketeering, and all of those things. So where's Cassie going this? I don't know. But you know why? I think she has to testify because she could be locked up as well. When you're telling the courthouse that Suge Knight, he dress up in black with gun about Suge Knight and all of these kind of things and blah blah blah. Now Diddy ex security guard came and said that Cassie had the gun. Cassie's the one who went to go give the gun to D-Rock, allegedly. Cassie played a lot of part in a lot of things. Cassie claimed that she went to go buy some drugs herself. Cassie claims that she went to go buy some sex toys herself. When all of these name brands going to all of these red carpet events, going on with herself, knowing that you weren't being abused. You know the saddest part about it? She has the children them that she have now with the white guy right behind each other. 5, 4, and now the newborn baby. How she's going to manage. Not only that, she named one of the child Frankie, after Diddy, because Diddy one of his nickname is Frankie. Oh, this girl is sick. Okay? Not only that, that white man that she's with now, not playing any racism, you're going to see how he take that money from her and use her wisely. He's going to come later on. Oh, we're having a problem. I got to separate it from her. She's suicidal. She's still taking those drugs. And I have to take the children from her because she's harm to herself and harm to those children. And then that girl have to end up paying spousal support and child support out of those millions. You're going to see. You're going to hear about her and her husband. That man is not there genuinely. No normal man not gonna pick up Cassie after 100 man, 100 man and all of that. Who's gonna really wife her? After Cassie said her whole mouth was bang out and have sores in it? After over 100 man bang it out? Although you have prostitute out here and girl a back road that sell front and they have like their personal man. But come on, yuck. Seriously. Seriously. So girl went for a music career and end up with sex career with 40 million in her hands. After the man beat her, she sent a message to the man, daddy this, daddy that, I want this position, daddy this, daddy that. Oh, Diddy, you're sick with all your children them in the courthouse. And if Diddy, and then not only that, Diddy bodyguard came out and said that Diddy and Cassie was always locked down 3 days in the room taking drugs. So if Diddy is a crackhead, I would say he's a crackhead because maybe smoke crack, heroin, and all kind of drugs. Then Diddy wasn't in his right mind doing these things. And she wasn't even her right mind to do these things. So the defense can come and cry that he was really a drug addict while he do most of these things. Because right now that Diddy's sitting right there now, Diddy's sober. I'm sure Diddy's ashamed of his own self and disgust of his own self. We also get to understand that when Diddy hired these male escorts, and they finish with Cassie, they ejaculate and Diddy take all the ejaculation and rub it all over his body. I kid you not, allegedly. How disgusting, yuck. Seriously? I get to understand. Running on, kiss me teeth and pass. Oh my. So I had to come and drop all of that for you guys today, guys, because I'm giving you guys an early content in the Saturday morning here, okay? So happy Saturday, guys, and I really appreciate that you guys come out and talk about this. Now, let's go back all the way about facts check. Let's go back all the way for a resolution situation and a case that I dropped the other day. So back in the UK, remember I said to you guys there was a lady that did an abortion, Nicola Packer. Remember we said that she did an abortion at 26 weeks and the legal limit of cutting off of doing an illegal abortion in UK will be 24 weeks. And remember we said that the legal timing up to do a home abortion will be 10 weeks. Remember she was on trial for killing a fetus After she took the medication, she ended up sitting on the toilet. The baby ended up coming out because it wasn't blood anymore. It was a fetus that came up, because everybody know 26 weeks is a big baby. And also they came up with a study from 2023 that if from you conceive, the baby is a human. From the baby is a blood, the baby is a human. They came up with that. I showed you guys. If you guys know about this case, go look it up. It's on my page. Okay? Just look for the case. Woman that did illegal abortion, didn't want any kids. I believe that's the title on the live. It's on my page. Go look for it. Well, people, we're going back all the way to this case. Like I said, when there's new stories, when there's new news, breaking news, I am gonna come and shed the light, because I'm the one who dropped the story. So what would be the point of me telling you a story and don't have an outcome? Here's the outcome: not guilty. Guys, here's the outcome: not guilty. Here is the outcome: not guilty. Woman accused of illegal abortion found not guilty. We came and shut her out. We came and talk about the whole case that she did an abortion. Remember I told you? What did I say? The legal limits for taking medication at home to terminate a pregnancy, what did I say? Is up to 10 weeks. The legal limit to go and do abortion at a hospital or anywhere is up to 24 weeks. So 0 to 24 weeks, 0 to 10 weeks in home. This lady did an abortion at home and she was 26 weeks. After she had the baby on the toilet of taking that medication, the baby was dead. She ended up wrap up the baby in a handkerchief, in a kerchief, and in a scarf, rather, and end up bringing the baby in a backpack to the hospital. So they found Miss Lady, not guilty. They found Miss Lady, not guilty. So that story wraps up for me. We don't need to talk about that story anymore. The only thing I'm going to remind you guys, you don't really have a right to your body. Because if you're pregnant and you're taking drugs, they will take away the baby from you. That's why I don't understand the Cassie situation, because rehab took out all of that drugs out of her already. Already? She don't have no withdrawal for over the years of all of those hard drugs? And having all of those baby one behind each other? So something not right here, as Ninja Man would shout. So when it comes to this legal abortion situation, people, case is over, case shut. We came to the conclusion, she found not guilty. So can we kiss her teeth and pass, brother? Sure, indeed. Running on. Okay, guys? Running on. I think that's all I had to tell you guys today. What else I have to tell you guys? So you know how Cassie came and said that Diddy got escort to piss in her mouth? I wonder if you guys know that. In many countries, boy urine used to help women after they have a baby. Look it. Peer ritual can refer to variety of practices. In South China, morning post, okay? Postmortem practices where boys' urine is added to soups, okay? And all of that for the postpartum mothers to aid and detoxification, recovery, or replace in the home to ward off evil as well. So in China, boy urine are drinking soup for mothers who was just having baby. And then in China, people use pee to ward off evil. So if Kessia get piss in her mouth, China drink it, I got to shout. Oh no. I want you guys to look at the timeline of Diddy's situation. Look it. After Diddy sued that liquor company in UK, Diddy end up getting threatened with the lawsuit. Then Diddy settled the lawsuit. After that, there was an investigation. Diddy house was raided. Diddy now in court in May. After last year, May, Diddy was already in some hot water. So they connect this year, May, to say, let's get on with the case in May. Go look at that timeline, people. Go and look at the timeline of allegations. It doesn't add up. It don't make no sense. They're ready to take down this man. And I believe it stemmed from that liquor, where the liquor people only wanted to push his liquor to the black folks, wasn't putting out on the market for white people, and did it cry racism and sue the big people them that know that the people them in UK would do him up. And for the prosecution to get all of those things out of Cassie's phone, all of those tape, all of those sinister nastiness, those Sodom and Gomorrah business, then Cassie wasn't a victim. Because if you're really a victim that much, it's like Cassie volunteered to be the victim instead of the other way around. Okay? And I'm sad to say, because if you are doing all of those nasty things and that man say he's gonna threaten you to go show it to the world, how come you have those things on your phone as well? How come she has those things on his phone? So he said, Cassie, let me have your phone. Cassie, give me your phone, Cassie. Let me take while the man them are running through your mouth. Let me take your pictures, Cassie, while the man them are running a train on you. She wanted to see those things and reminisce on those things on her phone. Because when Diddy give her that phone back, she could have erased those things out of her phone. Prosecutor said that all of those things, that she's the one who give them those things out of her phone. And I know that when you delete some things out of your phone, the police them could find it. But most of the evidence that she has in her phone, she was willingly to give it to the police. What are you doing with all of those nastiness on the phone while you having your whole of your mouth bang out and full of sore? The girl said she get lots of urinary tract infection. Lots of problem with her kush because the amount of man that Diddy run through she with. Not only that, they get to understand that she and Diddy will perform in the freak off, and then sometimes Diddy will go and sit at the back and jerk off for himself and watch the man them do all kind of things with her. So the question becomes, if you guys are talking about threesome, when he bring the rest of the escort, is that called threesome? Because my hubby could never. So I'm asking you guys, when you bring more than one escort, is that called threesome or that called sex trafficking? Because I thought you black folks says that when you bring 1 and 2 people, it's called threesome and foursome. So how come Cassie now is calling sex slave, and how Cassie now is crying about this when basically in the normal world you guys call it threesome when different man jump on top of you? Or one to claim that one to bring different man or different woman in another relationship or in the bedroom and claim say you guys are you guys are spicing up the relationship and I'll give the man what I want and I want to be submissive to the man. So how come that becomes abuse? So that's why I keep on saying you guys should be careful what you guys are practicing in the bedroom, because now me, the normal person who's not doing those Sodom and Gomorrah, I am lost. I don't know where to put criminal or volunteer. Sorry to be an ass, I'm just saying. I don't understand the nastiness. So when me come down and look me, I say, wait a minute. So which part of it is criminal and which part is volunteer and which part you like? I am just shouting. It's not that I don't have empathy and sympathy, but enough for one woman know what you guys are doing and getting into to get the bag. Seriously. Kiss me teeth and pass. Anyways, let's get into some more stuff. Like I said, she broke down in court. I can't carry this anymore, she told the court. I can't carry the shame and the guilt the way he treated people like they were disposable. What's right is right and what is wrong is wrong. I came here to do the right thing. Early in 2023, she said she started suffering from flashbacks and had suicidal thoughts. So she went to rehab and trauma therapy. So the rehab take out all of those drugs of decades of drugs. That she's not going to have no side effects with those babies that she's having, popping them out like marbles. You're going to see what that white man is going to do to her husband. That husband is going to come up with so many things to take away those kids. It's almost like the Godfrey situation. Husband stood by her and fought the prince. Husband stood behind her while she fought the whole world. And after the money came in, she was on a lonely ranch while he's fighting with her and have all the kids. Getting all the support from the sexual assault money. So when you're being beat up around and people dig out, you knock out the whole of your coochie hole. Sometimes man really don't want you. They just want to use what you remainder what you have. Look at the Cardi B situation. Cardi B came out and talked about what she do to her husband, Batty. Her finger up in his ass and he's this and he's that. Now see Cardi B gone to a footballer. Cardi B who used to swing and pull. Cardi B who friendly come out and say she wear the panty. Cardi B who come out here and talk all kind of things. Cardi B who come out and say she drug man and took away their money and drug man and robbed them. And until now, Cardi B cannot land herself in jail. Make a black woman come out here, come and say those things. Make a black man talk about he was out here drugging people and robbing them and see what happens. But that girl came out of her own mouth, full pledge. I used to drug man and take away their money. Where's the charges for her? Where's the charges for her for admitting illegal prostitution? Where's the charges for her? So these are the things that I'm talking about. So a lot of times when you don't look like us, you get away with murder, the way I see it. We also want to talk about a case. You remember the hockey case that I came and spoke about a couple days ago? Remember those hockey player was the one that made it the other day in the Olympics, basically. All right? Remember those hockey players were the prominent hockey players the other day that I came and spoke about. Remember I said that the first trial that started in a couple of days, they had to dash that. They had to get rid of that. Remember I said so? Remember I said so? Then remember I tell you that they had to go and get other jurors? Watch this, people. Now the jurors are dismissed. Are dismissed, people. Now the case is going to try by judge alone. So who bought out this case? Who bought out this case? Let's get into it quick and fast. The hockey sports that we like so much, that is the most violent sport on earth, but everybody says something else. We all know that hockey is a violent sport ever. So let's get into this one. What happened, guys? It's a mishap. What happened, guys? This girl was drinking a lot. She ended up in the room with one player. Other players end up in the room. They claim that they basically run a battery on her, allegedly. Hockey played. This case been on for a while. They're the junior league. One the other day, big, come out in newspaper. The other day, they tried to pick some jury. They had to change the trial again. Now they had to dismiss the jury. And it's going to try by the judge. When you're white and privileged, shout. Allegedly. Excuse me. No racism. Let's get into this one, people. Because like I said, when I bring a case in front of you, I would like to come with the conclusion. So as soon as they get to a guilty verdict, people, they're going to come and shout. So let's get to jury dismiss. Right here on the face.
We make sure that the
1
people
second.
we're helping.
Going to go live.
I put you guys on mute because of commercial. Listen.
To CTV's Nick Paparella, who's been covering this case. And Nick, tell us what you're learning this morning and what played out in court.
I'm coming.
Well, this morning we showed up.
I've got to go, people. We have catering to this.
Made a decision to dismiss the jury, but just to give you some context here, Jamie and Steve. So yesterday afternoon, things were going along smoothly.
Listen.
With the fifth witness, crown witness, testifying, Tyler Steenbergen. He was a member of that Canadian World Junior Hockey team.
What did I tell you?
He was at the hotel that June night, and basically he was testifying, and then partway through his testimony, the judge disrupted the proceedings, said that there was a legal issue, and basically the case was adjourned with testimony for the day. All afternoon was tied up with legal arguments, and then Justice Garcia came back this morning, and she told everyone that she is going to dismiss the jury. And then at 10 o'clock, she called the jury in. She didn't give any reasons. She thanked them and then dismissed the jury. But the good news is, guys, that this case is proceeding. And it's going to proceed with a judge alone.
Oh, my.
So right now, things have resumed upstairs, and we're expecting this afternoon.
Murder when you're privileged. Kiss me teeth and pass. Really? Really? You know how long this case is supposed to be coming on? You know how long this case is supposed to try? You know how long? But guess what? You see how that big rape is going on? 5 of them. But you really don't see it on the news. But you see Puff Daddy on the news. That me I try to tell you guys. Canada really don't put out their business like that. And especially in Canada's one, when there are people looking like them, you hardly hear the story unless somebody gonna come and break that story to you guys. So where on the news you guys hear about the 5 hockey player who get caught up in a rape allegation? Where is it? You guys don't hear it though, but when you hear everybody else business who get caught up in rape, even Smokey Robinson. You hear everybody business except the hockey player. Why is that? Because when you're white, you're right. You're right. And I'm just being an ass, to be honest. So how come nobody don't hear about it? You guys see this on you guys' news? I doubt it. You hear that? So right now it's gonna be trying in front of a judge. Brr, 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 brr. I plan to give you guys an hour content. So let's wrap this. Let's continue to play this so that the hour can repeat. And I'm gonna jump off of this live like hopscotch, like bam. You know hopscotch? Yeah, man.
Tyler Steenbergen will be back on the stand once again.
Nick, what was the reaction in the courtroom? What was the reaction of the defendants and any family members?
Well, they were all sitting in for those legal arguments, so not a big surprise that this is the way things are going. But just to let you know, guys, this case was slated to last 8 weeks. At the beginning of this trial, the Crown said they had 47 prospective witnesses. We're only at number 5, so this case is going to last. In my opinion, a lot longer.
It is
the 8 weeks. So
a lot longer. So you guys want me to give you the backstory? If I already, I'm sure you guys already know the backstory of the hockey players. All right, let me give you guys a little bit of the backstory and jump off of this. So hockey players allegation, I should say. Okay. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of the backstory if you guys are not watching the content, if you're new on this content, yes? Are you new on this page? I'll give you guys a little bit of the backstory, okay? Remember I gave you guys a backstory of the sexual assault? So let's get into this one. Just the backstory, what's going on with the hockey players, okay? Let's get into it. One second. I had to mute you guys because of commercial. Listen.
The trial of 5 former Canadian World Junior hockey players starts in a London, Ontario courtroom today. Michael McLeod, Carter Hart, Alex Formanton, Cal Foote, and Dylan Dubé have been charged with sexual assault that allegedly took place June 2018. The complainant, whose identity is protected under court order, alleges she was sexually assaulted in a London hotel following a gala. All 5 accused have pleaded not guilty. For more on what we can expect on day 1, we are joined by TSN's senior correspondent, Rick Westhead. Rick, good morning to you. This has been a long time coming. What will happen today?
Yeah, good morning. Well, today is the start of the trial, and we're going to see jury selection begin shortly after court begins at 10 o'clock. So this is a process where members of the jury pool will come in.
And we're not going to drag it out. And before the judge come now and before they get rid of the jury, we had a mistrial. 1 second. 1 second.
Jury was selected.
So last week when I came and said to you guys that the trial was dismissed, there was a mistrial, people, a long time, it's like they're fighting for these guys not to come to court, you know, allegedly. It's like they're fighting for so long, guys, for the guys them not to come to court. Remember last week, 2 weeks ago, people, we had a mistrial. They had to get rid of the jury again. And then now again, people, they got rid of the jury and now they're going to get a trial by judge. These 5 privileged kids. So listen to what happened 2 weeks ago when they declare a mistrial. And then now this week again, dismiss the jury and just be trial by judge. Can people be so privileged? Let's continue. Let's hear what happened last week. We're not going to drag it out. I just want to give you guys a few bits and pieces so you guys could sum it up in one, or go do your research and go on the content, go watch it. It's simple, okay?
On Tuesday for the sexual assault trial of 5 former Canadian World Junior hockey players, Justice Maria Caracia walked into the courtroom Friday morning, called in the jurors, and declared a mistrial.
I told you.
Simply saying, "Good morning, members of the jury. I'm sorry to have to tell you that I have declared a mistrial in this case.
See?
As a result of that, this jury is discharged.
See?
Thank you for your service. You are now..."
Something wrong with this judge. So you're here. So this is the second set of jurors. Remember, you know, it's 12 juror. So this is 24 juror basically get dismissed for this one privilege case. 5 big ass hockey players, junior hockey players. Woman drunk like skunk. One of them testified, said she was all on the floor. So what do we teach our young man? When a woman is drunk out of her mind, she cannot give consent. When a woman is drunk out of her mind, you seek help for her. Put her in a cab, by to the Lucia. Woman can't give consent when she's drunk. Even when she say, yeah, I need it, give it to me. She cannot give consent. She's drunk. That's why there's charges now. Because after she sober up, I didn't give it to all of them. They rape me. Guys have to be mindful out here. Teach you guys, young man, they don't own a woman. They don't control a woman. They don't own a woman. Your money can't buy a woman. And you cannot just go put your hands on woman when they're drunk. They cannot give consent. Kiss me teeth and pass, wrap up this life. Okay, people? So I think I gave you guys a lot. Okay? All right. Jump off this live right now. A big thank you for those who always run and come with the content when it's necessary to come and see fit to watch. All right? Respect for those who wait for me, whether I come morning, noon, and night. Respect. I'm running on because I got to go. Hubby's waiting for me. Happy Saturday and a great, great, great time. Okay? When it forward down from morning to night. Yo, people are running. I'm sorry. I'm running. Okay, guys? Not only that, guys, I think, 1 second, I had a new one in here that I dropped. Where are you? Oh, God, right, yes, sir. Happy anniversary to a very special couple. Well, on your man, cause your man can't perform. Da. Don't make matey come take him. Because matey out here shouts so she joke the best. I'm just playing, people. Just give me a break, okay? I am just playing. Drop right here, sir. Right here, sir. Humble. Don't be a scuminar. Use your social insurance number. Either mine is a devil playground. No excuses. Never give up. Stay humble. Hard work. Be positive. Stop wishing. Start doing. Keep going. Trust the process. Today's your day. Big up your nice, clean self, panda. One day. Yeah? Not only that, guys. Running on. I'm running. Because I got to run. Got to make my money. I am going. Okay, guys? And big up to all the people them who always stop by, no matter if the content is boring or the content is yay, nay. Okay, people? All of them good things there. Wrapping up the live to those who are having a happy birthday. Shout out. Happy birthday, yeah, my friend. One more year upon them. Don't overdo it. Happy birthday when it comes around. Okay? All right? Okay? All right? Okay? All right. Okay, guys. And wrapping up this live. For those, to the people in my life who make me smile, love me, support me, and bring me joy, enough respect. Big up yourself. And for those who always watch the content, peace and love.